Hey, what's up guys? It's Corey here with Dapper Dellers. Today we're going to talk about whether or not these YOLO call options are saving Hyliion stock for the future, or if this is just about to crash and burn massively in the next, 5 days? You ready? Let's get started. So, this channel is all about using the online income opportunities we have with merch by Amazon and Etsy to build our income online and invest this income in things like the stock market and real estate. If that sounds like something you're interested in, like and subscribe, and let's get started. So, you might have noticed that Hyliion's stock price has steadily climbed for the last, about 3-4 days. And this is great because this is something we've never seen before. And I looked at my stock portfolio and I saw that Hyliion was the only one that was green today, Tuesday. And this is an amazing thing for Hyliion. And it is insane to think that we could actually be in a situation where Hyliion is going to make a comeback and potentially reach the highs of 60s that they had in the past. So, what the heck is going on? Why is all this happening now? And is it because there are YOLO call options going in for April 30th? Well, let's look at what the actual options look like for Hyliion right now. Right now, we have shorts and puts clustering around $10 and $9.50 expiring April 30th. And we have call options for the same time that are basically at YOLO levels. Like, whenever we go over these numbers, it is going to be insane to think that this many people are putting this kind of a bet on such a short-term situation. So, what are the volumes for April 30th? And whenever I say that these are expiring call and put options, it means that if April 30th happens, or when April 30th gets here, April 30th is going to happen. But when April 30th gets here, the calls are expecting that the price will be above the price that they have, and the puts are expecting that the price will be below what they have. So, let's look at what they have right now. For the puts, we have 1,268 as far as the amount of put options that are out there, set to expire at $9.50 and $10. And the call options expiring at the same time, April 30th, are 4,046 between $10 and $10.50, $10,695 for $11, and $1,893 for $12. This is insane as far as the amount of call options that are out there and the amount of people that are betting that Hyliion is going to be above between $10 and $12 by April 30th. This is YOLO amounts of call options. It's, somewhat hard to think of because whenever you place these call options, you're essentially betting that they're going to be above the $12 mark. So the higher it goes above $12, the more that you make. So the fact that there are so many people wagering that they're going to be at 10 or so far above 10 that they think it's going to be exponentially more than just $10 a share and potentially 12 to 15. So this is insane to think about, especially since we haven't really seen much from Hyliion, but we have seen more from Tom Seeley. So, why did the short sellers seemingly give up? Why is it that their volume isn't matching Hyliion? Or is it matching the call options for Hyliion? Why aren't the put people, the people who are betting against Hyliion, why are they now flipping to basically be paying for call options, in the future? Because we have seen nothing but people shorting this Hyliion stock. And right now it seems like that there's not enough volume for short sellers to short this stock anymore. And the stock has been shorted so much, it just doesn't seem like it can go much lower. For Hyliion to be valued at 1.6 or lower billion in a market cap is insane. It is insane, especially when you look at the addressable market that they're going after. 80 billion is the small end of what Hyliion is going after because they're going after a global trucking market of Class A trucks. So the fact that they are being shorted this much and being devalued this much, even though they have the potential to reach this market, even if they reached a fraction of that market, they would be way more than a 1-point-something billion dollar company. So it seems like the short sellers have actually caught on to this, and they are flipping to be long on Hyliion, or at least they're YOLOing these call options to bet that Hyliion is going to explode in the next few days. So is it going to happen, and why would this happen? Why are there so many people betting for Hyliion to do well now? Well, Thomas has done a great job of actually getting out there and doing interviews now. This is something we talked about in my last video, that Thomas really has not been that great at PR. He ironically mentioned in his one of his recent videos that he hired a bunch of engineers and people aren't talking about it, and that's because he doesn't have a PR team in place to actually tell people what's going on. So Thomas himself has been out there. He was on Benzinga, and he was on a different investor YouTube channel that we talked about, and I'll link to that video here that I did if you want to go do or look at the summary of that interview. And I think it was Investor Mike. But anyway, Thomas has been putting a great message out there, and he has been selling the dream of Hyliion, and he has been doing it super effectively. He has been able to effectively communicate where Hyliion is at, what they've been doing, and what they are going to do in the future. So this is a great opportunity for Hyliion to actually capitalize on what they've done, and it seems like these call options are at least a good indicator as to people's belief in Hyliion in the future. However, we do know that Hyliion is coming out with a earnings report on May 11th, and this could drive the stock to go higher. However, you'll notice these options are expiring April 30th and not like May 15th or May 30th. This means that they're going to expire before the call happens and the earnings are reported. So either they know something, or they're just assuming that these shorts are giving up and that they're going to now take over. So this is a great thing for us potentially in the future. I hope that this actually happens and that we actually get an explosion of Hyliion stock and they can get to at least $20 a share sometime soon. But anyway, so this earnings call, could this be information that is going to help Hyliion stock, or is there information about this earnings call that is going to come out that is going to help Hyliion stock as well? Well, if you look at the earnings reports of Hyliion in the past, at least over the last 2 quarters, you can see that they have beat analyst projections for their earnings per share, at least in the last 2 times. And this isn't really that hard to do because it's hard to fall off the floor if you're Hyliion. They aren't exactly putting out a ton of volume, but they are, like they said in many of their the last few interviews that Thomas has done, they are fulfilling hybrid requests, and they are able to get hybrid drivetrains out. So they are producing and selling a product that is meeting customer demand. Well, it's not technically meeting customer demand yet, but it is meeting the customer. So they are producing a product the customer is buying, and they're actually delivering stuff. Well, potentially, at least as far as the hybrid drivetrains are concerned. And so this could show up as revenue on the balance sheet, as well as pre-orders could show up as revenue on the balance sheet. So it is very likely that we're going to see another earnings beat from Hyliion, especially from the fact that they are so cash loaded as they are right now. I think they could run for 10 or 8 to 10 years at a loss and still not go bankrupt. Well, they'll go bankrupt around 10 years, but still, that's insane for them to keep turning out as much as they're doing, burning through the cash that they are, but not have to worry about bankruptcy until almost 10 years out. This is great for Hyliion, and it puts them in a massively successful position. So it seems like they are just poised to beat earnings for sure, if not just match earnings. And then we still have the question of why before this earnings call they're expecting the stock to go up. So really, we're just going to have to wait and see. April 30th comes, we're going to see something happen. But anyway, we're just ready for some sort of information. But with all this information out there right now, am I going to be buying more of Hyliion stock? Am I going to try to, buy some so I can get into this maybe potential short squeeze in the future? Not really. I mean, right now I have a cost basis of around $18. I have over 200 shares. I'm pretty comfortable with this position, and if anything, I'm going to be buying options for Hyliion at least 2 years out, because this is where I see Hyliion truly taking off. And if I can get options secured right now for 2 years out, then it is going to be worth massive amounts of money, because anything that Thomas has said in the last few interviews that he's done is stating that the true impact of Hyliion and the volume of orders that they're going to be putting out are going to start end of 2022 into 2023. So this is whenever we're going to see real success from Hyliion and true explosion of their stock price. So personally, I'm not going to be dumping that much more money into shares. Options are really the better way to go for me personally, and this is where I'm going to be looking to dump my money. Now, if I do get extra cash here and there, then I am going to buy a few more shares of Hyliion stock, especially if I can get around $9 or $10. But, I mean, right now a cost basis of 18, it's really not that far off for Hyliion to get there, match that, and then grow exponentially from there. So I don't really feel that I need to buy much more of Hyliion right now. If I would have to spend quite a bit of money to lower my cost basis even to 15. So it doesn't really make sense for me to buy that much more into Hyliion right now, whenever the options that I could buy are going to yield a greater result in the future. So anyway, that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm expecting Hyliion to go. I do believe that these call options are saving Hyliion from cratering, and it's a great thing because us as investors are able to see that there is support behind Hyliion, and then we're able to see the stock grow a little bit, and it's just kind of fun to watch. It's always fun to watch these situations play out. But anyway, this is my update, and this is all just my opinion. I'm not asking you to do any of this. This is all just entertainment purposes only. If you're going to make any decisions about your money, consult a financial advisor before you make any of those decisions. I'm just a guy on YouTube sharing my opinion with you. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope that you know that someone is going to do something amazing every day, guys. Why not you? See ya.